CUDIT Concentric Hitting Coach certification. Today I want to talk to all of my athletes out there on how to really prepare for tryouts. Right now, winter 2020, it's grind time. Here are 3 tips on how to really get your mind right, your body right, your skills right, to give the best version of yourself during that tryout weekend. Tip number 1. What you do before tryouts really matters, okay? So, nothing bothers me or my trainers more than when we get a call a week before tryouts from a parent or an athlete that all of a sudden wants to pick up their game when they did nothing to grind 3-4 months before that. You need to grind the months before and chip away. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to get lessons all the time, every single week, 3-4 times a week. I'll be honest with you, growing up, my family couldn't even afford lessons. My mother could not afford lessons whatsoever. But what did I do? I wanted it bad. I wanted to make a name for myself as a baseball player at the time. Baseball until I was 13. But I just trained by myself, right? So in the cold, I bundled up and I went outside and took a tennis ball and threw it against our apartment complex wall and just grinded and did hand-eye work like that. I took a bat and bundled up and went up to the school up the block and just took a tee and hit balls and I fetched them by myself. That's how bad I wanted it, right? So when you want something bad enough, you train towards it. So what you do before tryout is key. Listen, you got one career in softball or baseball. You want to put in the work to be the best version of yourself when it's time to shine. And honestly, you probably love this sport, so it should be fun to you. So what you do before that grind time before is so important if you really want to shine during your tryout. Second, you need to make sure that you bring the best version of yourself as a team player. So what does that mean? When you're trying out, you are sprinting everywhere that you have to go to. So say you have to go to a drill station set up in that far right corner. You're taking your gear and you're jogging over there, you're running over there. Say you have to go to get on to your position in the field. You're running to that position. Your attitude, your demeanor, your body language, check that. Shoulders back, head up. When coach asks for a knee, make sure you give what I call challenge you power knee. Your chest is up, the ball of your foot is dug in the ground. You have a great presence about you. Your hands are behind your chest. No slouch knee. Body language is everything, and we talk so much with our body and our demeanor that you really can convey a message that you're confident, you're bold, you're fearless, you're strong, you're a leader without speaking. So run to everywhere that you have to go during those tryouts. Give your coach a power knee when he or she gathers you for a talk. Slap your player's hand when they do a good job. Really be that team player that leads by example, by how you carry yourself, but also leads others by motivating and inspiring others. That is a huge ingredient to success for a team. Imagine you had a team full of all leaders like that carried themselves like that. Those are the highest level of teams that we see in the game today. They are all leaders in their own way. You find what works for you as a leader and you bring it. All right, so lead by example, lead by how you carry yourself, and convey a message to your coach that it is an honor to have you on their team because you bring so much and such great positive energy. Third tip for tryouts, envision how you want them to go. Again, envision how you want them to go. Every single big event that you have in your sports or your career or your daily life, right? You want to make sure that you kind of envision and you see in your mind how that's going to play out. I always say if you don't envision the outcome, envision the in-between, envision the prep before, you're kind of walking into something blind and you're letting all of the outside factors affect how you're going to perform. But when you envision something, you're tricking your brain into thinking, hey, this is really going to happen. Right? It's called functional equivalence within our mind. You think, hey, your brain says, is this really happening? I think this is really happening. So you kind of set an expectation of how it's supposed to go. Envision yourself hitting nice, beautiful swings on that tee. Envision yourself throwing that ball as hard as possible to your teammate's chest. Envision yourself with a power knee. Envision yourself sprinting on and off the field. Envisioning yourself, diving for plays, sliding, giving 110%, having that vision of a specific goal to a specific outcome. That is very, very powerful, because then it's kind of like, oh, now I'm excited to go into this tryout, as opposed to, ooh, I wonder what happens. You can train yourself to take something that you are nervous about and make it into excitement. That's the power of visualization. And we talk about that all the time with all my CUDIT concentric coaches. Visualization, body language, self-talk, the CUDIT VBS system. It's the total package. So 1, grind before it's time to shine. 2, be the best version of yourself. And 3, envision, set in your mind how you want that tryout to go. You'd be surprised with those 3 tips how much you're gonna be ready, prepared, and excited to show your coach, your teammates, and most importantly, yourself, who you are during tryouts. And that's what it's all about. All right, guys, that's it. Check us out on Instagram at ChallengeYouSoftball, at GoCudit. Apply today to become a certified CUDIT concentric hitting coach. Build your business, build your brand, build yourself, build your athlete. GoCudit.com. Thanks. Ciao.